This is Tobias, software engineer and machine learning scientist at Schäuffelhut-Berger. In this tutorial I want to introduce Firetail's kernel density estimation feature. As always, you can download the latest Firetail edition from firetail.de to follow this tutorial. Let's get started with the study data on white storks, conducted by Carlson and colleagues, which was published in 2021. Data is freely available from the Movebank Data Repository. You can find the respective citation below this video. Firetail can handle Movebank GPS data as well as the reference data of the project, so make sure to download both available files for this example. When starting Firetail and loading the data, you will see all the tracks with no particular time restriction. So this should give you an overview of the complete data set. I did select a subset of the Loborg data in this regard. For all further analysis, I will restrict the trail length to a shorter time interval. I will restrict the trail length to 3 days. And now I will also set the analysis interval not to the complete course of the 3 years that were tracked here, but to an interval of 1 week. Note that moving the time control will now only include the data for 1 week. And we can jump using the plus and minus, we can jump week-wise through our data. So let's stick with the week where actual migration happens, and we can see into this then closer. So we can zoom into this particular region now. I can also increase the replay speed. Usually it's 1 second is 1 second, so you replay in real time, so to say. In our case, I will set the replay speed such that the complete selected range at this moment is 180 seconds, so it refers to 180 seconds of replay. But for now I will stop the replay at the moment. And so now how can we visually aggregate the locations of multiple animals? So Firetail can aggregate individual GPS locations as heat maps or contour maps using kernel density estimates indicating spatial densities. From the data menu, we can select the kernel density map to do so. And let's keep this on top. We can start by pressing update, which triggers the computation of the kernel density estimate. To see the effect of the parameter changes that we do immediately, we click the live update option. And obviously Firetail's strength here is the interactivity. So if we use the contour map, we get an immediate update. If we increase the resolution, we get an update of the respective regions and the locations, the likelihood of occupancy. And we can also restrict the time brackets, so I will restrict the whole analysis to the current time brackets. Now the whole analysis is restricted to 1 week that we select previously, so this analysis interval. And Firetail will then estimate a sensible region of influence for each fix. I will go back to the usual, and then we can also introduce a backdrop so we have better contrast in viewing the actual density estimates and to see the hotspots that are in this region. So when you are further away, we can also increase the scaling of the complete region. Also put this on preview again so we can see the effects immediately. So now when we press plus and minus for switching to the next interval, we will see how over the course of several weeks the animals are moving and how the densities change from week to week. One interesting thing is that you can use this feature during replay as well. So I will activate the new feature shift brackets. This will keep all the timestamps fixed in a fixed distance, and all of the three timestamps, the initial timestamp, current timestamp, last timestamp, are moved with the same increment over time, and you can see the intervals also being updated over time. So if I press play now, the whole thing is shifted and we can see an interactive update of the density regions changing over time. And we can observe the movement, the migration patterns in this interval as long as they take. So this is the very nice, very exciting feature as I think. So we can also, of course, use the contour maps or heat maps, and we can also export this these recordings as a video. We can also increase the resolution when doing this. So I hope, as a short primer on how the kernel density estimation in Firetail works, this was interesting to you and was helpful to you. And so I hope that you find this useful. You can, of course, do this also for smaller scale tracking. And yeah, if you would like to know more, download Firetail from our website, have a look at the Firetail manual, and of course start experimenting with your own data. Thanks for watching.